and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. He still has room inside the 30. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take a 6-0 lead right away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
One after up and good for Myers. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. First call here coming for the shotgun. They'll run in here with Jaden Blue. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, second down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. From the 41. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to be contained after a modest gain to the 31. Could not evade him. That was Cody Simon.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, "Hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league."
From the 31. Caught by Theo Johnson. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Now Milton to throw. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Trying to find his tight end. So it's second down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A third down run with Blue. Oh, he loses the football. And the Cardinals grab it. And deep in their own territory, they're going to take possession now after the fumble.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Hurts on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
On second down, here's Barkley. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And he has it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Hurts now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10. They'll start the drive with Blue. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Throwing now, Milton. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. Has a little bit up to the 21. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And there's an extra DB out there on the field now for the Cardinals. Third down coming. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at third and very long. Milton back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. They've got first down from the 31. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, they've still got the lead, Brock, but they've been unable to find any separation. And now a couple of drives in a row have ended with interceptions.
Might not have cost them the lead quite yet, Kate, but you just know this offensively. You just continue to make mistakes, errors, turnovers. You give your opponent life. That's not the place you want to be.
To throw, Milton. Ooh, the Cardinals get to him here. He's brought down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Another try following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first two plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Milton now. He put everything he had into this one. And in for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on a fly route. You could just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle him up immediately.
Can't happen. Man, that is just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw secured by George Pickens. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this, 4th and 4. They'll go, Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
They'll go from the gun with Sanders. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Here's Milton. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Milton. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Aubrey puts it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Showing a little burst so far. They haven't caught him yet. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple.
And the kick is no good. The snap was off the mark, and that leads to a miss hit on the point after. So after the missed extra point, he is still out there. He's going to put it back in play. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Blue gets the handoff. Well, these drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play sat down behind the line.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's complete right side. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Cowboys, facing a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Milton. He completes it in traffic. Well, he got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. They're going for this. He's got it to his running back. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down, ball at the 36. They'll throw it again. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd time that he's been hauled down in this game, and that one was a biggie. Something's got to get figured out. Either the protection's got to be shored up or the QB's got to get rid of the ball. You cannot take those kind of negative sacks.
Trying again, following the sack. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's looking deep once again. Into a crowd and, intercepted. Max Melton with the INT. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. That's one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. Too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
It is so easy to marvel at the sheer amount of distance he threw that football. But can we also take a step back and marvel about the amount of distance covered by that defender? He had to stick in coverage 50 yards down the field, and that's not just it. It's not even about getting there. Once you get there, you got to make the play. He did it. That is job well done.
Completed to his running back. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hurts. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Cardinals out for the punt. On is the former all-conference return man from nearby TCU, Kevontae Turpin. And that return's going to leave him enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the 16. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Blue. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
From the 31. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Up the middle, Blue. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's 2nd down. From the 48. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Going with Blue here, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Now Milton to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Second and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
To the air, 3rd and long. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
George Pickens, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. He's out in the clear. Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Now Blue. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Milton back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Third and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals make it a 16-point ball game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after up and good for Myers. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Milton. Oh no, they get him yet again! And is picked off by Keaton Crawford. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now...
And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Cardinals make it a 24-point ball game. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. He's going deep this time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. So call this a modest gain here, Brock. About 3 yards, 2nd down coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Cardinals football, and they can pretty well cruise the rest of the way. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Hurts now from the gun. Into the hands of Pickens. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Offense up to the line fast. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona! The Cardinals keep running away with this. George Pickens, the touchdown. Point after, up and good for Myers. And the Cardinals continue piling on to this lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's Milton. A throw left side finds Johnson. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Milton escapes the pocket. Taken in by Williams outright. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. He finds Johnson. It's a 31-yard play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Hits his running back. And it's close, but he's not going to score. Out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. They'll run this with blue. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Quick pass, right side complete. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys putting up points in a game decided. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
This return starts at the 5. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. Running left, this is Barkley. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and very long. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cardinals about to stay unbeaten once again. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. First call here coming from the shotgun. He'll throw it from his own end zone. Short pass brought in. And all he's able to do is get them a touch more space to the 4. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing from near his own goal line. Gets this to Johnson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Looking to throw again on second down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Milton now. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Ball at the 33 for first down. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed over the middle. And they get to him a good ways downfield from that line of scrimmage. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing it again here. Flushed out of the pocket. It's caught right side by Johnson. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Now Milton to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So that brings up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. That quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
One final shot here. Has a man on target to Johnson. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game.